Cards from the Marvel Secret Layers and Magic Foundations are making a big impact on the market this week. This video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Right now you can order Magic the Gathering Foundations products or find a vast number of other great things on their website. Remember, shipping is free in the US if your order is over $100 or consists only of singles. Just look in the description or comment section below for direct links to their site. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to another edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch, where today we're looking at the top 10 hottest Magic cards of the week. We have a good variety of different cards moving up in price this week. Standard and Commander are the format's driving prices, which isn't too surprising since we saw the release of Magic Foundations, which led to a shakeup in the Standard meta, while Marvel Secret Layer cards and Magic Foundations Jumpstart are both inspiring a lot of Commander brewing. As always, our list is based on two pieces of criteria: the percentage increase in the value of the cards, but we also want to see a true increase in the number of sales from week to week as well. Quickly, before we get into the list, just a couple things. I do want to say thank you to one of the viewers who gave a super thanks tip last week. That is Todd Branch. Todd, thank you for all your support. As always, I truly appreciate the super thanks tips, your support on Patreon. Couldn't do this without viewers like yourself for sure. So thank you, Todd. And I also want to say thank you to one of our gold patrons, and that is WolfOfTinStreet Ban. Wolf's been a gold patron for quite some time now, so thank you, Wolf. Thank you for that support again. I appreciate it immensely. And now, without any further ado, let's get into it. Number 10 is Storm Chaser's Talent. It goes up $1.06 to $3.56. That's a 42% increase. First, this card does get a little commander play in builds like Bria Riptide Rogue and Alania Divergent Storm, for example, but in recent months it has seen some increased play there in builds around the Mind Skinner from Duskmourn and Storm, Force of Nature, which is one of the Marvel Secret Layer cards. But the format really pushing Storm Chaser's Talent's price is Standard. This is a 4 of in the Temur Floodcaller combo deck, which has been putting up good results in the new Standard meta that kicked off with the release of Magic Foundations. I've also seen Storm Chaser's Talent appear in other builds like 4-color Tempo, for example, but Temur Floodcaller combo is the key driver here. Number 9 is Bright Cap Badger, up $1.14 to $2.20. That's a 108% increase. This is from the Bloomborough Animated Army Commander deck. It has been seeing a little play in the Commander format. The most popular build running it was around the front-facing Commander from its pre-con, Bellow Bard of the Brambles. But now, one of the Magic Foundations Jumpstart anime cards is pushing this price. Many players want a copy of Bright Cap Badger to add to their Commander Saproling builds around Shrufus Sprout Sire. Coming in at number 8, Nahiri Forged in Fury. This is up $1.37 to $4.65. That's a 42% increase. A week ago, there was an episode of Game Nights on the Command Zone podcast YouTube channel where a Nahiri Forged in Fury deck was played. That video brought some attention to the build, and we saw a couple cards moving up on last week's top 10 hot list that came straight out of that deck. This week, Nahiri is climbing in part because of that, but also because many Commander players want a copy of it to add to their builds around another of the Marvel Secret Layer cards. This time, it's Captain America First Avenger. Nahiri Forged in Fury is a great addition to those equipment-centric builds. Number 7, Restless Cottage, up $1.58 to $4.58. That's a 53% increase. This has been seeing play in more than one format. In Commander, it appears in several builds. The most popular one that runs the card is Eager Eater of All. You also see Restless Cottage occasionally in 1v1 dual Commander builds. Over in Pioneer, it appears in some Golgari mid-range decks, but Standard is the key driver for the card this week. Restless Cottage is a 4 of in the wildly popular and successful Golgari mid-range deck there. It can appear in other Standard builds too, like Golgari Control, but Golgari mid-range is the deck really causing this spike. Number 6 is Magnus the Red, up $1.60 to $5.11. That's a 46% increase. This is from the Ruinous Powers Warhammer 40k Commander deck. It has been a fairly popular Commander, and it's been in the 99 of several builds too, like the ones around Abaddon the Despoiler, which happens to be the front-facing Commander from its pre-con. Now, however, there is more interest in Magnus the Red thanks to one of the new Marvel Secret Layer cards again. Some Commander players want to add Magnus to their builds around Storm, Force of Nature. Quickly before we get to our top 5, just a fast reminder, this video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Right now you can order Magic Foundations or any variety of other Magic products on their site Plus they have other things that aren't even Magic related you should check out. Remember, if your order is over $100 or consists only of singles, shipping will be free in the United States. And if you're looking for a direct link to their site, just check out the description or the comment section below. I do have links posted in both of those places. And now, without any further ado, let's get to the top 5. Our number 5 card is Hired Claw, up 214 to 322. That's a 198% increase if you're doing the math at home. This is another card that's seeing play in multiple formats. In Commander, this of course is found in Gevscale Scorch decks, but like Restless Cottage, it also occasionally appears in 1v1 dual Commander builds. Over in Pioneer, this gets a fair amount of play in Boros Aggro, Mono Red Aggro, and Boros Burn. Again though, the release of Magic Foundations has all eyes on Standard, and that's the format really driving Hired Claw's spike this week. There you see the card in another extremely popular deck. It's a 4-of in Mono Red Prowess, and that build did get some more tools thanks to Magic Foundations. For example, some of the more successful versions are running 4 copies of Burst Lightning, which was reprinted in the new set. Hired Claw also appears in some other good standard builds too, like Boros Burn and Rakdos Lizards. In fact, Jim Davis and Saffron Olive played different versions of Boros Burn this week, and the builds looked pretty sweet. They ran several reprints that have returned to standard thanks to Magic Foundations, like Burst Lightning, Boros Charm, and Slag Storm. But the decks also included a couple new cards. They both are running Bolt Wave, and Saffron Olive's build had Kellen Planar Trailblazer. Their videos helped to build some excitement for Boros Burn, and no doubt had an impact on Hired Claw's price this week as well. Moving up 3 spots to number 4 this week, Hexplate Wallbreaker, up 265 to 634, that's a 72% increase. This is one of the cards that appeared in the Nahiri Forged in Fury Commander deck that was played on Game Nights a week ago. That video brought quite a bit of attention to this, but that's not the only reason Hexplate Wallbreaker is spiking the way it is. It happens to also be a good inclusion in Commander builds around 2 of the Marvel Secret Lair cards. Players are putting this in their Captain America First Avenger, as well as Iron Man Titan of Innovation decks. A week ago, this card was number 4 on the hot list. Last week it was number 3. Holds at number 3 this week, Screaming Nemesis, up 1283 to 3111. That's a 70% increase. This Dustborn card has been doing well in multiple formats. In Standard, this is another card in those popular Mono Red Prowess decks. Additionally, this is in Boros Burn, and it was in the builds Jim Davis and Saffron Olive featured this week that I mentioned earlier. This card is in other Standard decks too though, like Gruul Prowess and Temur Flood Caller combo. Over in Pioneer, you see it in several decks like Gruul Aggro, Gruul Prowess, Boros Aggro, Mono Red Aggro, and Boros Burn. Screaming Nemesis is getting Commander play too. Some players have grabbed it to upgrade the Dustborn Endless Punishment Commander deck, while others have put it in fresh builds around a couple cards from there. The front-facing Commander, Valgavoth Harrower of Souls, as well as the Lord of Pain. Ultimately though, Standard again is the key driver for the spike this week as players and speculators try to figure out the new meta ushered in by Magic Foundations. Coming in at number 2, Arabo Roar of the World, up 1333 to 2973, that's an 81% increase. This is the foil copy found in the Commander 2017 Feline Ferocity deck. As you know, Arabo is a very popular commander for the cat creature type, but you also see this in the 99 of some builds like Ren and Syrian Separable, for example. Ultimately, Arabo has been dry online for a while since it only has been reprinted one time. That was when it was part of one of the original Secret Lairs, OMG Kitties. This week, demand spiked for the card since Magic Foundations and Magic Foundations Jumpstart have brought us more support for the cat creature type. Cards like Arabo the First Fang, Helpful Hunter, Sky Knight Squire, and Scythe Cat Cub, for example, are all awesome inclusions in an Arabo Roar of the World Commander build. And finally, coming in at number 1, Aphelia Viper Whisper, up $20.28 to $54.25. That's a 60% increase. This is a Magic Foundations Jumpstart anime card. There is one card from this subset included in each pack, and they were all wildly popular out of the gate, leading to high release date prices. As packs have been open this week, most of them have come down in price a lot since supply is starting to catch up with demand, but this one is spiking aggressively. It's been getting a lot of attention because it interacts with snakes and other gorgons. Plus it's an assassin, which has been a popular creature type recently thanks to the support that came from Assassin's Creed. I'm seeing a lot of commander deck lists based around this card already, and it makes sense. Many Magic players love Kindred commander decks, and this card gives them a chance to build into snakes and gorgons in a completely new way. As more packs of the new Jumpstart set are opened, I'm sure these prices will stabilize and move down, but right now this card is very hot. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch, but this is only part of the story. Come back tomorrow where we're going to look at the 15 coldest cards of the week. These are cards moving down in price. As you would expect, a lot of Foundations cards are moving down since a lot of packs are being opened. Until next time though, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.